Hi, everyone. This is Coach Stephanie Wood, and I'm with my favorite colleague, Joan Covino, Covino, Joan, Joan. And we're here on my podcast, Tap Into Your Body Confidence, where entrepreneurs unite to showcase their talents. And before we get into our wonderful topic today, Joan, what have you been up to? Now, just tell us one thing and how people can connect with you.
Thank you, Stephanie. So I'm a voice actor, and I help my audience, help my customers really engage with their audiences, who may range from their employees to their customers and any other external stakeholders. And my specialty is medical narration, e-learning, and even providing a welcoming voice on the phone when someone's on hold. And you can find me best at my website, joancovino.com. And Stephanie just spelled it JOANCOV as in Victor, INO.com, or LinkedIn at Joan Covino.
Beautiful. And you can find me at my website, BodyAwe, BODYAWE, like an awesome.com. And Joan knows I love coaching women entrepreneurs to integrate better business skills and, most importantly, to enhance their confidence so that when they go out into the world, they're really truly authentic to themselves. And I do this with my body knowledge system and with my experiences creating, owning, managing several profitable businesses. And Joan, we were talking earlier in the day about this concept, work as play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm going to put the ball in your court. How do we start out with this? What's going on with work as play?
Okay. Thank you. I think it's something that a lot of us touch on and we don't always embrace. Um, and especially as entrepreneurs, Stephanie, I can speak. Um, I did do my vocal warm-ups earlier. um, Really, I think sometimes entrepreneurs, we can be our own worst critics, and we can get very hard on ourselves when we're looking at where we are in our goals, maybe, or what our dreams are and where we're heading. And sometimes, as we talked about reinvention last time, you're going to have detours and all. And sometimes I think we can get lost in the the grind, if you will, sometimes, because you feel you have to keep everything moving and all, but we forget sometimes to play. And I think that is the one of the most joyous things about being an entrepreneur, is that we are our own boss and we can allow ourselves to take that time to play. And in that play, it recharges us. Certainly, there have been studies out there in any business for anybody for productivity. If you take some time away from what's overwhelming you, it actually does recharge the body and refocuses the brain, right? So, and I think, different things about how do we communicate with ourselves. There's so many ways we can hear our own voice, and are we upset that we're not doing as well as someone else, that whole comparison game.
I
And
never do that. What are you talking about?
and then stepping back and realizing that we're all on our own journey. We're all unique and we're all at different stages of life. We're all both work life, play life, and in the universe. And then we're also just bringing something different to the table and have different skill sets that come together for what we're trying to accomplish. So if you look at sports for different reasons, and in this case, looking at some of the more solo sports, right? So I thought of golf earlier. I was just thinking, it was one of those shower things that a memory came back of something. And it was a vacation many years ago. And I actually had a different business at the time. And as part of my chamber of commerce events, there were a lot of charity golf tournaments. And I had some basics, but I didn't have enough that I felt comfortable, in these things. So on one vacation I took, I had a focus on golf. So I was doing golf lessons, and as part of the week, you got to go out onto a five-star championship golf course for a couple of days. Now here I am, yeah, here I am at best beginner, and I had dabbled in it over the years and things like that,
People
but never
were
got
looking,
serious.
Joan. They were looking.
They were. Well, and what happens is they match you up, right? Any of the
Oh,
real golfers know, and I've gotten to be more of a real golfer, although I've been away from it for a while. But it got matched up with a husband and wife who she really didn't golf, and he was an advanced beginner, if will. So we were pretty well matched as far as nobody going to be upset if we weren't doing as well as they thought. Now, in my upbringing, from family members who played, as well as the instruction, you went, and even miniature golf, 6 shots, that's it, move on, that's it. And you watch who's behind you. You're not going to hold up play, especially a female, at least at the time. Oh no, we don't want women on the course because they're going to hold up the thing. So anyway, the main thing was we're playing, and it was such a long fairway on a couple of, and I said, okay, I'm finished. And he said, no. He said, there's no one behind us. Take whatever you need, whatever it takes to get there. So let's say we finished. We went through the whole.
but let me
We
just
actually did
pause you here. What did you learn about yourself with reference to
well.
work as play?
Well, I'm coming to that. I'm building up.
Okay, I'm ready.
That's okay. So by the time, so then we left and all that, I separated, it was a different place. So I went back to where I was, and I took my scorecard. I went right to the pro shop, to my teaching pro, and I showed him my card. And I was in double digits. I think I was probably about 15 or something, but because he just looked at it, he looked at me, he looked at that, he goes, you got guts.
Because you have
So it's
guts because you kept
perseverance.
at it.
Perseverance, yeah,
Perseverance. So, but
perseverance.
again, are you aligning your perseverance with
Right,
play?
right. And at that point, because I had permission, if you will, from this other person, which I have since learned to give myself, to take the time I needed, or to look at it a different way and say, we're playing. This is a game, you know. Then you just, even though I was taking longer, like bowling a little bit a few times, it didn't matter. We laughed a lot. Nobody got upset, So taking that and applying that to work as play for when something may be taking longer to accomplish, or, why am I blocked in trying to get this one thing done? Whether it's something on the logistical side or the performance side. Am I blocked trying to find my voice here for this character, or for this message? So
Well,
yeah,
let me tell you about my experience. What happened?
please.
Um, I'm gonna do a play on words. So we said work is play. I'm gonna reframe it, play with work.
Sure.
Okay. Now, the way that I play with my business is I challenge myself. So the way I do that is with movement. There is a huge hill by my house. I have been avoiding it. What's going to happen to me, Joan? Anything? What's going to happen? Maybe I'll rest on the way up. So what I did was I added the element of music, which is also
Mhm.
something when you play with work as play, add that element of environment.
Right,
I
right.
know when I put on music and I put on Andrea Bocelli, he makes me cry. I
Mhm.
cried when I got to the top of the, but again, it created the playfulness of
Yeah.
going up the hill. Of course, I went with the intention. There was a challenge I had in my business that day. And coming down the hill, do you know that challenge just like, I don't know where it went. It
Yeah.
dissipated.
Yeah. It's,
So play with work. But that
yeah.
could be very hard when you have, oh, I don't know about you. Here's my to-do list. Okay. And
Yeah.
then on top of it, I add my highlighter because
Ah, yeah.
I might miss something today, Joan. I might
Yeah.
miss our time together.
Yeah.
So
It,
what is our
it,
message so far with playing like it's a sport? Movement is a sport, or it's
yeah.
spontaneous and inspirational. What is our message here?
Well, there's so many themes that have commonalities. Like again, when we were talking confidence some time ago, there's there's a link to all of this because we are holistic. We're not, we are body, soul, etc. And it's the emotion that comes from taking these resets with music or movement or a change of scenery and people. I think that that kind of lifts you up to walk up your hill, or to finish an endeavor, to put a ball in a cup. Um, and I think it's just that, excuse me, the theme of just pulling yourself together in a relaxed way, being gentle with yourself.
And so that's what you
Did I
mean
answer the
by
question?
and to jump in, yeah, of course, you always answer everything. Um, I like the words because words give me energy. I like the
Hmm.
word reset.
Hmm.
And guess
Hmm.
who has that power?
We do, yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. And that's, I think, remembering that, as simple as it is. I mean, let's face it, Stephanie, none of this is rocket science, none of it is new. We all come to it from different experiences. And so it's kind of what resonates with you in that moment, right? And maybe you have a memory of, knowing that Andrea Bocelli lifts you up and gives you that extra oomph to get where you need to go. That's an example of how it works for you, your music. I know sometimes if I'm writing and I'm trying to do free write, someone years ago had recommended, and I found it worked well for me, put Baroque music on. I believe there's some science behind it, but I don't know the specifics. But at the same time, because there's no vocals in that, I don't get distracted to want to sing with it. Um, Whereas I can just have it in the background and let the notes kind of help my writing flow. When I'm doing free write, I like to write with a pad and paper, pencil and paper. I don't like to get right on the computer. So, but that's again just different ways the brain connects, I think, with what we're thinking about.
And you also added something I find very crucial. You don't need scientific evidence to
Mm-hmm.
know that whatever you're doing is true for you, your business decisions, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So with
Yeah.
that said, Joan, how can people connect with you, please?
Thank you very much. Again, you can reach me through my website at joancovino.com, Covino, and Joan Covino on LinkedIn.
And for myself, bodyawe.com, bodyawe.com. There's lots of goodies on the site, so check it out. And Joan, I'll be seeing you again, and thank you.
Thank you, Stephanie. Take care.